So last time, uh, we connected with the war party from Sona, destroyed a couple of the murderers that attacked us, and now we're trying to find the rest of the murderers that took themselves out of the embrace.
And you're looking especially for this one guy,
Olden.
Take this!
Oh.
Hit him harder, Chuffs!
You feel this one?
Bandits. Because Olin had this device that we also have to focus, and since they saw us through his eyes, we need to ask him some questions. How come she was a target? Because she hasn't known anything, and why is she so important to them? That's when the story will pick up a little more.
Hunt's over. Fight's on.
But it's really great that we spent this time, like I said yesterday, I must say it today again. Today we had the chance to have a good dinner together, and we didn't do that often, as I wish that
That's
we
true.
would. And
But we tried.
yeah, but everybody has to have the same appetite at the same moment. So today, well, we talked about it last week or so when I was sick. I had asparagus.
You're trapped now.
And potatoes here that we cooked together. It was always really great. I love those times. And then, of course, I've been here now for already at least 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that we constantly talk. We are together in the kitchen, no matter who is cooking. We talk and everything, and talk about all kinds of things, and that is so what I love about this.
Is that? Yeah. True.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't let him sneak off.
And like I said,
You'll feel
I
this
found
one.
it kind of funny that even if what my plan was is to talk with you about some of these things on here.
Yeah.
But before we get to play this game further, we talk about stuff that I want to talk with you about this. And
Yeah, and afterwards also, we talk after that.
yeah, also.
Yeah.
So it's like I said earlier to you, it's like there are those moments
Oh,
where I
they're still
want to say to you,
surprised.
no, don't talk, we talk later. Because some of these things are important to talk about. And sometimes it's funny when some people that watch the stream or these videos that also can tell about their experiences that they had.
Damn,
With the same
no more.
situation. It's what I would find interesting, since that some of my friends that told me that they would find it very interesting when my mom is so wise as I am with some of these things that we talk about, like life and stuff.
Well, for some people it's hard to understand that people talk
Mother's
about
crowd.
everything.
Feels more like a military camp.
Because there's no
I bet this village has seen better
no
days.
taboo thing
Yeah.
that we would there's nothing that we wouldn't talk about.
Yeah, that's true. We can talk about everything.
Next time, I'll remember what the matriarchs decreed.
So
And
many
that's the
wounded.
same with your brother.
Tribe's been hit hard.
Here she is,
Spreading
the
across
hero
the
of Devil's Grief. Come here, girl. Been wanting to meet you.
Some things are beyond our ken.
Yeah,
I
that
know
is.
better.
And honesty with each other is the most important thing.
Close the border where the corruption
But
spreads.
like I said,
Goddess,
you
forget
don't
them.
have to have a conversation with someone if he's not honest with you.
My own
So
damn fault.
then what's the
Should have
point?
got out of it quick.
I never expect that everybody.
So she survived after all.
Thinking the same way as I do.
Trying to test my patience?
My own
We've
damn
seen
fault.
enough trouble around here, girl.
Should have got out of it.
Goddess, remember those
That
we
I'm
have
talking
lost.
to, that they think
Trying to
Remember
test
me
my
when I
patience?
that I would have to.
We've seen enough
The
trouble
border is
around here,
closed,
girl.
Eve, but it won't stop the
that they
corruption.
would like.
Mark my words.
Some things are beyond
I
our ken.
think.
Trying to
things have
test
to
my
be this
patience?
way, and I'm
We've
not
seen
the
enough
person
trouble
to
around
say,
here, girl.
okay,
We don't
when
need
you
more.
say so, then it is like that.
But that's what makes life
I hope the
interesting
matriarchs
when
approve my
everyone has a
necklace.
different opinion on everything.
Right.
Next time,
border
I'll
is
remember what
closed.
the matriarchs decreed.
Corruption is
Whatever
everywhere.
happens, I know
I
I'll
like
rest
to have
beside
the
my
new
mother.
view
Forgive
of
us.
people, but
Protect us.
if they can't convince me that is similar, confirm to that what I believe in
Curiosity's
life,
for dreamers, not for braves.
yeah, then I would never see it the way that they do.
Been
I'm
on
not
So,
right
duty all
with
day.
everything.
You're
I
Aloy.
know that,
I've heard about you from the war party, the hero of Devil's Grief.
but that's
One
that's
of them,
the way
maybe.
that I know how
I didn't fight alone. You're Maria. Varl told me you'd know the way to
to
Meridian.
make decisions,
The Karja capital.
which is very hard.
West will take you to it, but their soldiers will stop you long before you get there.
They can try.
No, what I mean is there's a Karja fort that guards the pass between east and west. Word is the Karja have sealed the gate out of fear of the corrupted machines infesting our sacred land.
So if I clear out the corrupted machines, they'll open the border?
I suppose. But I can't spare any braves to help you.
Who said I needed help?
You'll clear the valley, all by yourself.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
good with a bow.
For your sake? Better than good, I hope.
So I'll find this Karja fort to the west? And beyond that, Meridian?
Yes, the Karja call the place Day Tower. It's not far from the Forsaken Village.
What Forsaken Village?
It had a name once, not that it matters now. I was born there.
What happened to it?
The war. The Karja destroyed in one of their red raids. I was 15 at the time. I got away, others weren't so lucky. The Nora withdrew to this place, Mother's Crown. Relinquished our claim on the valley. Even now, with the war behind us, we've left the valley be. A kind of buffer between the Sundom and our sacred land.
That's the war that she was talking about, where they sacrificed every tribe just to please the sun, because they thought that that is what made the machines go corrupt and go crazy.
How far has the corruption spread?
I've seen it myself in machines at the head of the valley, and there's been word of corrupted machines in the south, too. Whatever the corruption is, it doesn't just affect machines. It burns flesh and sickens the injured.
Do the corrupted machines have any weaknesses?
Fire seems to affect them more than ordinary machines. A small mercy. This is a curse only the goddess can lift.
Unless we find out what's behind it and put a stop to it.
The matriarchs have spoken, Aloy. All we can do is fight, and pray to the goddess.
I mean, that's why every machine that's corrupted, that red stuff, like she said, it burns
Yes,
flesh.
like acid, like I said yesterday, yeah?
Mother's crown guards the edge of the sacred land, right? So do you see a lot of foreigners here?
Yes. Not here in the village itself, of course, but in the valley beyond. Since the war ended, foreigners have been allowed in the valley, and Nora can trade with them, if they choose. It's a kind of in-between place, neither foreign nor sacred land. If you're curious, visit Hunter's Gathering. It's little more than a heap of dingy shelters and tents, but foreigners use it as a way station.
Sounds like a place where I could find out more about Meridian. So you're in charge of the defenses here?
I have Sona's counsel, though she really should rest.
Good luck convincing her to do that.
Mother's Crown defends itself. During the war, it survived 15 assaults, broke 3 invasions. We will endure.
Trying to live up to glorious pasts has a way of getting people killed.
You wouldn't know this, but I won the proving the year I ran. Like you, I started off behind, had to find a shortcut. I barely made it, crossed the finish line with a broken ankle.
This isn't the proving, Maria. This is real.
You missed my point. Getting posted to Mother's Crown? It was the boon I requested. My prize for winning. Trying to live up to the glory of the Nora hasn't killed me yet. But if it has to, I'm willing.
Okay.
It's also interesting.
I should be going.
How they see.
All right. Be careful out there, Aloy. I hope you find whatever it is you're after.
Stuck here while my little sister's out
But
hunting.
what she meant with hunting grounds, that's like a... I can go,
It's a camp.
yeah, I can go to them,
Yeah.
but it's just a chore for later.
Okay.
There is a little bit about story, which I can find out. Just a little.
But you're gonna go now a different way.
Yeah, the only side quest that I'm about to do, because I can do that later. I just want to get to the story through
Right.
till I can help those people that I need for the story later. So I'll do that another time. But to activate the shrines for activating more machines on my side, I need to do this one side quest right here. Because she'll talk about it.
Next time,
I
I'll
can go
remember
to
what
them and activate them freely.
Oh, you'll know.
What happened to you, Hunter? Are you all right?
Oh, I'm grateful for this wound. It's a lesson I won't forget. And you should heed it too.
How's that?
I was chasing a galloping grazer, so intent on my prey that I didn't see where I was going. Right to the threshold of a cauldron.
A cauldron? What's that?
Ah, you're from inside the Embrace, so you've never seen one. A cauldron is a sort of door, I guess. No one knows what lies beyond. Some say machines are made inside. Others think they're dens of evil, where the spirits of the metal devils linger. Same thing, I suppose. Whatever they are, they're forbidden.
You mentioned a lesson before. What did that wound teach you?
As I stood before the cauldron, my prey scampered off, and I stared, dumb with wonder. For a moment, I was a child again, wrapped from stories told by hunters at the campfire. I had a powerful desire to see what was inside. That's when the Watcher attacked. Cauldrons are guarded, you see. I barely fought it off, and got this scrape as a reminder. There's a reason the matriarchs forbid those places, and not just because they're dangerous. We weren't meant to see what's inside. I'll never waver again. This scar will see to that.
But for a moment you felt something. A sense of discovery. Are you so sure that's a bad thing?
Has to be, right? Or I wouldn't have been punished.
That's also like another problem for these people. Curiosity is bad.
Yeah.
So you have to follow the rules. So she believes that it was...
She wouldn't have been hurt if it was right.
Where can I find this cauldron?
My point is, you shouldn't.
Then describe the place I should avoid.
You're a clever one, but not so clever as to heed my warning, I see. Fine, you're grown. I can't stop you. It's dead north of here, past the red drifts, built into the side of a mountain. Just remember, I told you to stay away.
Things have been quiet lately.
That's the next thing that I'm gonna do. Because I have to cure this corruption anyway, so I'll go past it anyway.
Okay.
So this door will open to this tower. So it's just on my way to just activate it. And the more cauldrons I unlock, the more powerful my staff will get. So this is a win-win thing.
I'll know better next time.
But you saw all those marks from side quests that they all have for me. That's just it will take a lot of time just to finish those. So, but since February is pretty close, I'm just trying to
Snow chill.
just do the important parts of the story so that we won't miss anything.
Right. That I understand when a new one comes out, that I know what it's about.
It would be pretty hard to follow up to the story most of the times, because these games work like that, the more you know from the first one, the more they put into the second one.
Hope she's got something worth robbing.
Get her!
Got another shot for you!
That's also the thing, since I didn't clear out these little villages where there are bandits housed. That means that there are more enemies.
Should give me the upper hand.
But I can do that also later. It's just something for endgame. The more people you help, the more people help you in the end. It's just how everything works.
Right. That's life.
Yeah.
You there! I hope you've come to help, because we're getting slaughtered out here. Thank the sun. You look like a fighter, and that's just what we need. My bung-brain boss gave us the wrong crate of ammo. It was marked ammunition, but stuffed with Ridgewood. Without that ammo, we're struggling to fend off Watchers. And worse.
I'll do what I can to help.
Glad to hear it. We need all the...
Alarms! Long leg approaching!
If I won't do this, this will bite me in the ass when I try to open it.
Two arms! Two arms! Long leg! Out of the line of fire!
See that stack? If I stand too close to it and hit it, it will explode. Hit me back.
More machine! Scrappers!
Lightning. I shouldn't have a problem with anything since this is on story mode, so this is like a walk in the park for me.
Well, it's amazing how you see those things. I can't imagine. I think it would kill me steadily.
That's just an experience with more than just one different game. It's like
Definitely
there
not
are
scrap.
also streamers and YouTubers that just specifically play one type of game, and that's what makes them the best in it. Where a society of speedrunners then appeared on the map, certainly. And then speedrunners are players that play a game in the fastest way possible just to complete it to a certain point, and they set records that are like ridiculous.
I've seen machine hunters before, but none like you, Outlander. You saved our asses.
Boss! The Songcores are gone!
What? That's impossible. Unless DeReed took them. When the first wave hit us, one of the men ran off. DeReed. I thought he was a coward. Turns out he's a thief, too.
He couldn't have gotten far.
True, but we're in no shape to go after him.
Then I'll get him for you. But this time, I get paid.
Can't argue with that. Bring those Songcores back and you'll get a share.
I'll tuck that away.
Oh, there it is. I just looked in the wrong direction.
But that's really how it must be for somebody who can read everything, what's on the ground, what happens, who walked there.
Well, normally she would look in the ground for clues, like footprints or something like that.
Hello, DeReed.
Who are you?
The caravan sent me.
Caravan? What caravan?
The one you sabotaged. You figured no explosive arrows meant no survivors, no witnesses to your crime.
Look, stranger, I have debts. If I don't pay, the Dicers will gouge out my eyes.
That's no reason. Yeah, I think. No, he's still a little alive. I think he'll die.
Could you have prevented them?
No. Because it was a cutscene. And on ultimate difficulty, for example, these things are real death traps because they can be invisible, and they set these bombs that was glowing light everywhere. Hello, traitor.
The caravan. Did they live?
Yes. I got to them in time.
Thank you.
No thanks to you.
As I turn and embrace the sun, may he burn away my sins.
What a waste. At least he died better than he lived.
That's not typical for her to say that.
No.
He must have been a real bad one.
Well, I don't blame her for hating someone that is like a bad person, but she has more than just a few situations where she just shows compassion to those because she knows why.
She normally always shows compassion. That's why it is so unusual that she reacts that way. But it's only normal.
Tough, but I'm used to it.
Because he betrayed those other people.
Yeah, the caravan that he was with.
You're back. And with the Songcores, I see. And DeReed?
A, stalker got him. It wasn't pretty.
And you beat a stalker. That's worth a bonus. Here, take my share. You've earned it. I'll see to the caravan from here. I think the rest of the trip will go smoother.
Sure, hopefully so. Well, you know the saying is a dog-eat-dog world out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, this game kind of takes a peek of it.
Yeah.
Calm. I'll do what I have to. This must be the cauldron Drow was talking about. There's gotta be a way in, somehow. Quite a door. But how to open it?
That's what that other one was talking about, right?
Yeah, this is the cauldron. This is like where machines are made that go out through the world. But since I have this device from the corruptor, I can open these things, like override the door code. It's like a hacking device that I got from it.
Yeah.
Last time, because of all the lights, I couldn't see straight, and then I fell down. I find it interesting that in this mountain there's so much machinery, and I always ask myself, who built this thing?
It's like this entire place is part of some huge machine. But who made it?
Like I said. It's also like in Assassin's Creed, like in Notre Dame and the whole like pyramids and stuff like that. I always ask myself when I played Assassin's Creed, who built this and how
looks
did
like
they
a triangular
do it?
pipe. What's it for? That might give me some cover if I need it. Those things are moving components around. I wonder where.
But it's also like when Henning and his son want to play with me some Halo and stuff. Before we played, I'm at least fair enough that I just explain them the controls and everything, and then I like try to train them that it's a fair match when we play against each other. And I also said to them it's 2 against 1 since we're just 3 people, and I go very easy on them because on the times where me and my friends were trying to get into the Halo tournaments, I was training really hard for it, just that we could qualify. We qualified, but on the last match before we were anointed to go to Stuttgart, where it was held, we lost the last match that was canon for us to win, and that was the last 5 points that we needed to accomplish that. And everything would have been paid for, like the whole trip, and we would have been able, if we won a certain place, then we would have gotten prizes and stuff like that. But we just did it for fun. And to register was like 50 euros or something like that, and that wasn't much, but we said we want to try it just for fun, build a team. Everyone had his specialty. We had a sniper, a camper, a brute, and one that can do everything, and we trained in every discipline, like Capture the Flag, King of the Mountain, and stuff like that, and shootout, but we didn't make it. And then we tried a different tournament that was oddball. It's like a game in the game, and we didn't even qualify because there was an error in the game that as soon as the team was wiped out, you were able to go to the other side of the field and wait with your team. As soon as you scored, you could wait for the other team just respawn, and then you kill them immediately. And then you have no chance of getting any points.
It looks
to
like those
win
flying machines
anything.
move components around.
And that's what
Might be
most
able to
of
take me
them
somewhere.
just did. They just scored 1 point, and the first team that scored a point, everyone died, but then as soon as they killed our team on the next match, we were never able to get the ball or do anything, and that's like kind of a bitch move, but that's game life. Yeah. It's also with people that I played on
Might regret
Xbox,
this.
and I think it's kind of
That's
sad
true.
that only Xbox
Machines
has
are built in these
Sea of
places.
Thieves. That's a pirate game.
But why? And
But
by
some
who?
people that I played with, they said,
That's the heart of it
this
all.
much
It's
work
gotta be.
for so much
So
loot,
how do
and
get
I
inside?
can't sell it or something, and that's so unfair. And then I told some of my crew members, you do know this is a game for assholes, right? Because pirates are not like in One Piece, oh, we follow our dreams and we are friends and stuff like that. No, this is harsh life. You're a
I've gone
pirate.
as far as this thing will take me.
You have to realize that there is going to be a crew that attacks your ship and sinks you and steals your loot. That's life. Yes, and there was one. He didn't know how to play the game, but I was already Pirate Legend, and I showed him around and taught him a few tricks how he could get to Pirate Legend quickly. So he was very thankful, but he sank my ship as thanks. So I taught him a lot, but I was too trustworthy for it. But I'm never mad for this stuff. Surely I get mad, but just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then I just say, oh, fuck it. I don't care. Because it's just a game. And since I knew I didn't want to buy the game, and I had Xbox Pass, where you can play games and you don't even have to own them for a certain amount of time. And I had this 3-month pass.
Yeah.
I played it until I was Pirate Legend and completed the whole story, and I said, okay, finish the game. So that's what I do with most games that I don't really care about, but people ask me if I want to play with them. And then I just say, okay, I'll get the game and we'll play together, but sometimes it's just that my friends just say, okay, get it, and we play together, but no one comes.
Yeah.
And then you're all alone for a game where you need more people with. Yeah, but that's also life.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, you can't force anything on someone, because if I would have asked you if you want to play some games with me that are 2-player games, I don't really think it's your type of thing, but you would have tried at least. That's how I know you enough from it.
Yeah, but I must say, so right now there are certain things happening, but it is not. You know, the first thing that we played, there was so much information and stuff. So it is to get through this. I don't know. There is a lot happening, but not so much to go and keep me occupied with my thoughts directly.
And I'm not really a pro gamer. That's also when I first started streaming and playing games with people. I just told them, just listen, I'm no pro, and I'm not gonna get mad if you mess
That's
up.
got their attention.
Be sure I will mess up in the same thing, so I'm not a hypocrite. And when I played Division, when I started streaming, I just streamed because I thought it would be funny just to see me fail in the certain easiest tasks of these games. Because I'm not really a shooter guy, and I really just was interested in the story for Division because it was like the time where I found these apocalyptic themes interesting, and just to see how New York just is dead, you know, like no one's on the street, everyone is hiding from every troop that is in there, and everyone just wants to survive, and I can relate for that, because that's just the human way. We all just want to live our lives and survive. But then I met some people, because when I started streaming, I already finished the game, was at the level cap from 30, had so many weapons that are very good enough to play the game all by myself. But it is a team player game, and it's designed for certain people that like player games where you have your own team, everyone has certain abilities and can help each other out. But I did it all myself. I was level 1 again, but every level that I gained again, like I leveled up, I had the perfect weapon for that level. And a guy that just joined me for a certain amount of missions, he said, "Why do you always have so strong weapons and you just leveled up?" And I said, "I already finished this game like 5 times in a row. So I just have my arsenal that I like to use, and I use always the same weapons. I have a sniper rifle, a shotgun, a pistol, and a machine gun. That's all I use, because those are like my favorite weapons and the only ones where I know how to use them correctly. So, because Uncle Jimmy and Smokey taught us some weapon techniques and stuff like that, and how to hold a weapon and stuff, and but I found it very interesting that everyone, where we later had a clan that we built, and we played the first one together until the second one appeared, and then Corona happened, and but before that I told everyone that because they said, yeah, that's a game, it's just game physics and stuff, that would be never possible to happen. And I said, well, you do know that scientists work on everything to cure viruses or create weapons and stuff like that, and I am pretty sure that something like this can happen. And lo and behold, suddenly a very dangerous virus suddenly appears, and everyone gets sick. But it's not like in the game that oh, you stole the last cookies, I'm gonna shoot you. No, it's like here in Germany, it was like, no toilet paper, I'm about to shoot you if I don't get some. And that's where my clan, all those people that I played with, they called me immediately and said, "How did you know?" And I just said, "No, it's just the base of life. Life changes, and just like Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way." And we are overpopulated, and you can like say conspiracy theory like that the government created this fucking disease just to get rid of some people because we need to die, we're too full, and that's just bullshit. And I told everyone that, well, you know, we have too much that we have to worry about, and the virus, since I can't die, like I'm immortal, I don't care. And that's what my friends know what I mean by that. It's like like I said, like my friends say I drink too much energy, or I eat too much meat, or something like that, and I say, don't worry about it. But I'm too tired to say, don't worry about me, or worry about your own fucking ass. And I just say, I'm immortal. I can't die whatever I do, so leave me alone.
Yeah.
And
I'm saying also that this is not in my book of history, my life history. Corona is not in there. So I always say there are lots of other things that's going to come past my way that are negative and that's going to be
This
hard.
is how machines
but
are made.
I don't think that Corona is
Woven out of light.
Yeah.
I am.
There are
I got
signals
my
coming
shot
from all
and
over
I'm
the place.
boosted.
Just because society wants you to, and that's
Not
enough
because,
for us.
Not because society wanted it, but I didn't want to go and be kept out the door when I want to go somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, if I want to go swimming, then I don't want that somebody says, no, you can't come in here due to the fact that you didn't go and get this
Your
and that
vaccine.
and that. Yeah. And otherwise, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I was
Not
skeptical also, but like I said, I asked, can I have every shot that is available? And they said, why? And I said, yeah, why not? I would be immune in over 100%, but no one could tell me why I can't get it. But my first shot was one of the possibilities that I could choose, and the next time I got my second shot, they said, oh, you can get the other one. And I said, why can't I get then the rest? Just cause. And they said, no, you can only have 2 different ones. And I said, but that's also not true because, well, never mind. What, you know what? Just sting me and leave me alone.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't really care. And just like you said, I don't want to kept outside.
Right. You know what? We wanted to go Christmas shopping and stuff like that, just to go and have a good time.
Yeah, and I didn't have my second shot.
Due to the fact that we haven't done this in so long, and then we couldn't go in nowhere, just to go and get Christmas lighting there for the tree, these lamps and stuff like that. And I was like, this doesn't happen.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Due to the fact that you had a test made.
Yeah.
Just
and still I wasn't able to get in.
Yeah. And that's what I cannot believe. When you are testing and you are negative, then I do not see
which is the reason why I can't get in. Yeah, that's also what I meant.
Because I couldn't understand, because before that, I was never tested. I just had the vaccine.
Yeah.
So maybe I had corona.
Yeah.
You know what? And you have black and white there standing that you today do not have it.
Yeah.
You know? And you.
But they don't care.
Yeah, and it just don't make sense.
But I don't really blame them because they have to follow the rules when they have a shot.
They follow the rules. They're up there, they're away. They cannot do nothing about it.
Yeah. That's why I don't really blame them, because it's, well, it would...
No, I don't blame them. I blame...
the rules.
The politics.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Neither to me. Well, as you see, this is like... No? This is the heart of this machine, of this cauldron. Okay. That's where they make certain...
That's the mother.
Yeah, that's the mother of certain machines of this type. And as soon as I free this thing, I have to defeat it. And when I defeat it, I can download the information for these machines that I can control them later. And that's how it works. But also, not only when I get this information, I get more information which I can't read until end of the game for what these machines are built. And every machine has a certain mission to accomplish. That's also what we will find out later.
I'm really curious what in the end
I found it.
Things are explained.
I found it extremely creative how they said what the machines are for and what they're... And when you hear it and see the machine for it, you will realize, yeah, I can see that, why it's his or its mission to do that. And since...
We'll see.
Yeah, I don't want to really spoil it, but it is very interesting to find everything out, and that's what I love about games like this too.
That you really, in the end, you're gonna have your answers and not in the middle of it.
Information about different machines.
That's why since
this will help me override them.
Xbox were the first ones. I don't really know if that is true, but I think that Xbox was the first ones that created achievements for players that when you reach certain points of the story, that's all the machines that I can control now.
Yeah, okay.
Even though I haven't found them yet, everyone.
Due to the fact that you eliminated that big machine.
I activated this cauldron for my hacking device, and so I can now control Sawtooth, for example, and when I control him, or it, or her, I don't know, it will automatically like fight for me also. And
protect you.
Yeah, and that's what I also find so cool, but I find it so sad that I'm not able to ride that thing, because that would be so awesome.
Yeah.
And since, oh wait, was it? Yeah, that's like the cauldron information that I also get, but like you see, you can't really read it, but these things also are later explained. In the end, like in other cauldrons and stuff like that, where you find more and more information, and later when you unlock everything, then it's explained for what machines are there for. Like the Watchers
Can't
is
have you giving away
already
that.
clear. They're supposed to watch the machines that they are around of, so they can do their jobs.
Yeah.
But also, you don't really have to, if you're smart enough, and I'm not calling anyone dumb or something like that, but if you're smart enough and you see machines behave certain ways, you can see, okay, it's doing that, and it's digging up dirt, or it's like that crab thing that I just destroyed. It was transporting something, and it always has like a lot of parts or stuff in that big satchel that it has. So I kind of realized then when I first played this game, okay, I think I know what your mission is in life. So that's also like that. Not only the scenery, but like the rules of the games, the part where you
how it fits together.
how you progress in the story, and what you find, who you meet. That's kind of life, like life, but still, I wouldn't. Yeah, sure, I would love to have in real life, real game experiences, like, because one rule I wouldn't mind to have in the real world is that in 4 days I'm already rich enough that I can afford everything. It's like in Need for Speed, when I play it, it's not very long until I can buy the car that I want and build it like I want. Or in fantasy games that I can buy a home or the weapon that I want, and
Damn.
I don't have to wait on everything. But there are games where you have to like take on certain jobs until you get enough money to do anything, which makes it harder and stuff. Like in, I don't know what game that was again, but there are certain games that the more difficult it is, the less you find. Oh yeah, Resident Evil, for example, is a horror game, like
the movie,
zombies and stuff like that. Yeah, but the first Resident Evil is already still the best one that I've ever seen, because it's just the scenery where you are, you know? It's you're in a villa,
let's go!
and you're trapped there. If you go outside, there are zombie dogs that will eat you, and you don't have any protection from them because they're fast as fuck. And the controls earlier in games is like that you just have this cross,
right,
and you can only like move like this, and it's not like real life, and you're like a stick in the mud. You can't do anything unless you have the certain skill for it, and that's what life also is. And that's what makes it also more scary. That, there is something in this room that will eat me alive if I don't do anything about it. And that's like the thing why I love the first one. I never finished it because the one that I borrowed from a friend of mine was broken. So in the last segment of it, the game froze all the time on the same part. It's always
frustrating.
Yeah, it's always the same door, and sometimes in games you can override these kind of problems.
But there couldn't.
No, that's since games were on disc, as soon as there's a scratch on it or something like that, the game will freeze on you if you're unlucky. And that's, I always said, like, you son of a bitch, why? I'm almost through. And I asked a friend of mine, how far was I from the end? And he said, oh, that was it. And I said, you fucking bastard. It's just I almost cried for it because I said, that's not fair.
I know, this is exactly how it works when the internet is gone and you are exactly at the end.
You're watching a movie and almost at the end.
And it is exactly those last two words, you know, that makes
it's like
the point.
At its climax, the last segment of it.
Oh, I'm so frustrated.
I hate that.
I'm so frustrated.
I really hate that. That's...
Or when I record something and it shuts off then, you know? And I'm like,
but we had
how
that.
could this happen?
We had that earlier, like when before YouTube, stream or whatever, in our time. Yeah, I know I'm old. I'm over 600 years old. But in our time where we just had a VCR and video cassettes, we had to wait for a certain time in the day when the movie came, like at a 8:15 or something like that. Then the most movies were on television, and since we weren't old enough, you were kind enough to say, I can record it for you. But we have to also record the commercials with it, and I know that you're not going to sit next to it. Oh, I have to pause here. You're not going to... No, but it was kind enough that we can at least see it. But sometimes when we record something, there's not much room on the
VCR,
the tape,
right?
And
then there was the last thing missing, you know.
But sometimes you said that when the movie comes out tomorrow again, you can watch it, because at certain times when it was like late, Sleepy Hollow, like that was at like 12 o'clock or something like that. And you said, no, it's a school night, you can't watch it, I can't afford it with you, but I can record it. But that was one of those movies that made the whole tape, where it wasn't that bad. But still, it's, we know how it was back then, and the pain of it, when it didn't work. That's why I find it so funny when I watch on YouTube or stuff like that, parents that ask their children, do you know what this is used for? Like tapes, you know, like music tapes and stuff like that. And I just find it funny that someone just says, you put a cable in here and then you can look through it. And I just have, no. That's not what it's for. And I asked him about it, and he said, well, don't remind me, I already think that I'm over 5,000 years old when I talked to my daughter about it, and I said, oh, you too? It's like you said that the last time in that year that you talked to him, that he said to you, he doesn't want to know how old he gets when he has his birthday or how old you are because he realized then how old he is or something like that. And I, when you told that to me, I just thought, yeah, don't you have any other problems right now? Because everyone that asked me, like,
it is the thing. A certain time in your life, you feel like your youth will always be there.
Yeah.
You know, you will always feel that young and well, able to do and move mountains and whatever.
Let's get loud.
And then comes a certain point where you're like, oh my God, I sound like my parents now.
Yeah, we had that conversation a few minutes ago.
We just had it, yeah. And that's the point where you say, oh my God, I think I'm getting too grown up. I don't want to be like my parents. And then there comes this thing where I'm at now, where I also say, oh my God, I don't want to be like my parents. How did they achieve to be able to be fit for so long?
Yeah.
When I know it hurts here, it hurts there. My back, my knee, my
well,
whatever.
I'm lucky enough to not have those kind of problems.
Well,
but I don't
It'll
mind.
come your way. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I know.
You know, you have in your life those certain things, and you guys are now at this point where you say, "Oh my God, I sound like my parents." Oh.
But I don't mind. I know that I sound like you because I just, like I said earlier about it, that when I know I sound like you and think almost like you about the same things. That's why I love talking to you about stuff like that, because we have almost like the same thought process. We're not always the same. We have like the same.
We're individuals,
yeah,
and that's important.
But we see eye to eye that we respect the other's opinions, and it's enough for it just to say that. I realized that.
You don't have to have the same opinion about things.
Like what I wanted to say was that when I realized that I quote you in certain amounts, like you said, like you sound just like me. Yeah, but when I quote you, I know that, okay, I'm not talking shit, because my mom told me that earlier, and that's how I could help some of my friends with tips that you gave me on my way, or tips
which
that
sounded totally ridiculous at the moment.
Yeah, sure, but that's part of life, because
exactly,
like,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
Like what we talked about earlier when we were making dinner, that you're not born knowing everything. That's what growing up also means.
Exactly.
Is you have to
and to find your own way. That's so important. That's why always when you guys were young, and I thought, okay, that's not the thing that we should talk about. But as soon as you guys asked me about certain things and you had questions, you or your brother, then I had to sit down. Maybe I wasn't able to talk to you in this moment due to the fact that I told you guys then also that I have to think about it. I come back to you on this in a few days. Because I didn't have an answer that was what I could tell you, depending how old you were, how I could talk to you about this. And also, when you asked me a question, you or your brother, I had to go and tell you something.
I know how to override a sawtooth.
Was okay for me to tell you guys this without saying, oh, this is just bad and this is this, because I wanted to explain also why I think this way. So I had to think about it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
just for the case of it, real quick, I lured him over here. I'm gonna wait until he doesn't notice me anymore, and then I'm trying to override him to show you how it looks.
Oh, now she can go and make him good.
Yeah, that's what the cauldrons do.
Yeah.
It's like, now, since he's blue, I overrid him.
Yeah.
And in these certain parts, like early game on, when you play it the first time, this is like a tactical advantage. You can help this machine to kill that machine, but it's powerful enough to fight against it. And that's what the cauldrons are for. And there are certain points where you have to do it because you're not powerful enough. Because that's not the biggest machine that is in this world. And this is also like the thing that I found very interesting on tactics. It's also like when we play Risk, the war game, the war game that Henning bought for his children, that they always, there's no real strategy to that game, like in real war or stuff like that, but enough that you have to think, okay, when I attack him, and I have so many troops, I won't survive, so I have to attack someone else. But in these games, you really have to sometimes overlook the whole part of it, just to see, okay, what happens here, what is here, where can I hide, where can I climb and have an advantage and stuff like that.
What is this orange stuff?
Oh, this is a corrupted area where I have to defeat machines to progress in the story. That's what I told you earlier. It's the first was around here, and this is the next one, so I can open this right here.
Yeah.
See that those are corrupted machines. Oops, that's the wrong one. The corrupted machines, like she said earlier, corrupt not only themselves, but also
Here they come. Corrupted washers.
It destroys.
Yeah, you see it burning right there?
Yeah, it destroys. Oh, that's.
Yeah, it's not only hurting me, but it's also like corrupts the plants. And that's what they call corruption. Yeah. See that icon next to my life? That circle-y thing? That means I'm corrupted. That means it's burning right now. Yeah. Yeah, because I walked
I've done
over
what I
it.
can to cleanse this valley of corruption. Time to see if the Carja Fort will let me pass
And this
over
is
the
also
mountains.
what I love about it, because the rules apply and are very important, and that's like tactical thing would have been to make it silent, like hide in the bushes and look what is running, take them out, and progress. You know, and this is like how these games work. And it's like if we would like play a game that has more story than this, because these open world things are more running around, doing stuff with folks and stuff like that, that it's kind of boring for you. That's why I'm trying to do this as fast as possible, but the next game will be more gameplay and story, because I want to do everything that is canon for the story.
Well, the first thing was like watching a movie, really.
That's because, that's what I said, that's
Because
why the first episode that we did is the longest one.
It was good.
And that's why...
there was a lot of talking, lots of stuff happened, you know, so...
That's also why I love doing this right now with you, because in between, while I run, kill everything in sight, I can talk to you about other stuff while nothing is happening. It's like, you see, there's a corruptor, there are a few things, but I'm high above and they're getting attacked by the people on the wall.
Yeah.
So I can use this also to my advantage. Kill the little guys, but also, before I forget it, corrupted machines are vulnerable to fire. See how fast that went?
Turn back, girl! These machines are dangerous!
They're already dead. Oh no, there's one.
Truly, the sun shines upon us this day!
but it's snowing.
Okay.
It wasn't the sun risking its ass down here.
Heard it? That's why I like her. She's so sassy.
Yeah, she is. I think she's great too.
I like that
Girl,
personality
approach!
in a woman. In anyone, exactly. It's because it's fun, a lot more fun just to fight with someone instead of them agreeing to everything.
Will you open the gate for me now?
You heard her! Open the gates! And send word to Captain Balon! Where you headed, girl?
West! To Meridian!
The Way of Broken Stones is a hard run, even in the best of times. You might want to have a word with Captain Balon. He came from Meridian not long ago. You find him in the fort, on a balcony to the left overlooking the valley.
Okay, thanks.
We're the ones who should be thanking you for taking down those machines. Walk in light, Nora.
These are now the Karja lands, and Oseram, the other tribes that are here. There's one tribe left, but we will learn about them later in Frozen Wilds, because those are the Banuk. And here you will see that they have a different kind of religion, like the Nora. The Nora believe in
There are no shadows.
what's it called? The All Mother, the mountain, and the Karja praise the sun.
Okay.
I just thought of a
At the
Souls
center
game
of every
reference because there's
storm,
a
you'll find an
knight that
Oseram.
also does like praise the
Troublemakers, a
sun.
lot of
There's an emoji for it. And because in every other game, since I watched a friend of mine see that everywhere where I see people say praise the sun, I just think of, oh,
emoji.
Yeah, you're a Souls game type. Okay, I can relate.
Captain Balon, the guard at the gate said you'd been to Meridian recently. What can I expect on the trail?
Nothing good. More machines all the time, and our scouts report corruption that way as well. So much for sealing things off. Keep to the roads. They're safe enough. Though after what you did at the gate, I'll wager you don't scare easy. It's a good quality. I could put it to use, if you don't mind a quick jaunt back east. I know it's bold of me to ask a favor after you just did one, but I can offer you answers in return. If there's anything you need to know about the Sundom.
But see what I mean? It's like everyone that doesn't play these kind of games think that we players or gamers think that we're so epic when we do this, but in retrospect, you're just a delivery boy for everyone. It's because, hey, do me this favor instead of me helping you for something, or. But it is one hand washes the other, or you scratch my back, I scratch yours. But it's, I find it funny, this connection to it. Like Mirko also thinks like that. That's well, let's be honest, we're just delivery boys in epic fashion. And I said, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
What is this place exactly?
Day Tower marks the eastern edge of Karja territory. A trading post, a way station. One with an ugly reputation among your people. During the reign of the last Sun King, many Nora were taken captive, then gathered here for transport to Meridian, and sacrifice. But the sun set on that. I was appointed by the Sun King Avad to make sure old Karja at this outpost show respect to the Nora.
Where do things stand between your tribe and the Nora now?
Sun King Avad wants peace. So do the matriarchs, I'm told. But old wounds are slow to mend, and both tribes are proud. My task is to make sure there are no further provocations from the Sundom. Especially now after... well, while your people recover from this terrible attack, I mean.
Can't blame it.
What's Meridian like?
It's a changed place. A living city. Nothing like it was during the rule of Sun King Jiran. Avad, our new king, has done all he can to make sure of that. Slavery has been abolished. There's a new alliance with the Oseram. And the Sun Ring, where so many Outlanders were killed, is now a memorial to the fallen.
So the Karja are allied with the Oseram?
Hard to believe, but it's true. Mad Sun King Jiran raided the Oseram for years. Avad managed to get them on his side. He had help, of course. Ursur and Eren played a part. Oseram siblings, bigger than life. They gathered an army to free Meridian. I marched with them. Scaled the North Cliff with my men and secured the Temple of the Sun. Sent Jiran's kestrels and priests packing. Now Oseram are a common sight in the city. And a common sound, too. They sure bicker a lot.
It sounds as though you approve of the new Sun King.
He is the chosen of the Sun. And what the Sundom needs after 10 years of war. A calming light, not a scouring one. Sun King Jiran would shed blood at any slight. For Sun King Avad, that's a last resort. Lucky for those who slight him. Some whisper in the shadows that he's weak. No. Peace is strength, as the sun shall show.
What do you need, Captain?
I sent several patrols east when we got word of corrupted machines there. All of them confirmed my fears, so I sealed the gates. But it looks like we left some men behind when they were closed. Walid, tell her what happened.
Machines attacked us near an abandoned Nora village, sir. Lakir told us to pull back. Then I lost sight of the others.
Never seen a Nora woman before, soldier? Have some respect. Report to her, not to me.
Lakir always stresses reporting back, so that's what I did. I felt terrible about leaving them behind.
Now that the gates are open again, I can send someone after them.
But I have to do it again.
Is there anything more you can tell me about the road to Meridian?
Sun King Avad has devoted considerable resources to making it safe. But by the sun's witness, it's been harder to control in peace than it was during the war. The machines grow more dangerous all the time. Add to that bandits and new reports of this corruption. We're stretched thin to protect a few outposts like this one. As for everywhere else, well, travel at your own risk.
Did an Oseram named Olin come through here?
Twice. He was part of the royal delegation to the Nora, and they passed through on the way, then back. And they brought back stories of a vicious attack on your people. My condolences, of course.
Do you know where Olin is now?
Not exactly, but he was on his way to Meridian, I'm certain of that. Everyone goes to Meridian.
Yeah.
Can't you send more soldiers to find the missing men? What about Walid here?
Most Nora still don't take well to the sight of Karja armor. Officially, it's a risk to send patrols so close to your sacred land. I'd prefer not to do that again. But heading that way won't be a problem for you.
Please say yes.
What was that, soldier?
Nothing, sir.
Fuck you too.
I'll see what I can do about your missing men.
I would be grateful, but not as grateful as Walid. You hear that, lunkhead? You might be off the hook.
I find it interesting that here there's a different kind of racism. It's like everyone has a different color skin, but it doesn't matter, but your tribe matters.
Yeah.
There's a guard under the last.
Still kind of like in our world, but a little lighter. Just a little. It's like you saw, he doesn't really have respect for her because
I'll find a use for you.
Because everyone
woman.
Yeah, everyone outside of
Your own tribe.
yeah, everyone just thinks there's something better, and the Nora are just savages. That's what we discussed last time also, that if you don't even give people a chance to show what they can do, like her, for example.
On people.
Yeah, like her, for example, that no one respected her until they saw that she was very powerful for her.
Right.
And a very good huntress.
And before that, nobody gave her a chance.
Yeah.
Because they were not allowed to. So nobody, except that boy.
Yeah. He tried at least, but he got smacked upside the head from his father.
Black smoke, red tanners. More bandits like the ones at Devil's Thirst.
And he always was talking about her all those years, you know. I mean, it was pretty amazing.
And Ursa also said that he was waiting on her.
Right. So he was really her first real friend.
Yeah. The merchant, actually. Because he was the only one that was also trading with outside or outcasts.
Yeah, but that boy was a real friend due to the fact
on her own age, yeah.
And he didn't expect anything from her. It was just he was grateful that she saved him back then.
Also, he was a very kind soul because he was smiling at them instead of looking in disgust at them.
And he was honest, and he didn't want anything. He just liked her. You know?
Yeah. Well, he was just a kind soul. And better than anyone else would have done.
No, and he followed his own thing. You know, he said
his own ambition. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna wait. One day I'll meet her again, and I'll think about her, and that's really great. And he was there, and then he made her those clothes. I thought that was so.
Yeah, it was
neat.
sweet.
Yeah.
The machines must have come across Captain Ballon's patrol here.
Yeah, sometimes I'm powerful enough, but sometimes I'm not. But I don't want to risk it. It's embarrassing enough that I fell off a cliff and died already in this first playthrough that we had.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, but for this difficulty,
one of the Karja soldiers
shouldn't
fell
have
here.
happened. More clues.
It was too easy for you.
Yeah.
The other soldiers must have retreated. But to where?
Still embarrassing. I mean, I know I'm not a pro gamer. I always say that, but some people are judgy about it.
The Karja soldier. At least his death came quickly.
It's not always true. If I could, I would love to live like in a village like that. So peaceful, except for the machines. But
see, that's something that we could go and see about when you go and win those millions of dollars.
This can't be the helmet from the last Karja soldier. Someone nearly lost his head here, then ran off.
well, one day I will have saved enough money or have a good enough job just to afford everything that I want. And that's not much.
No, you're pretty good with money also. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I know how to save it, at least.
And you were able also to say when...
Blood everywhere.
I don't have the money, then I can go...
A machine dragged something into the water here.
Less than I need to
maybe
have,
he made it to that island.
You know.
Yeah, like I always say, I don't understand people that when I get visitors, everyone says, "Whoa, your TV is so big," and I saved money for it, and then I bought it.
Yeah, I went working. I went every day to work.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't smoke.
I don't have anyone that gives me stuff for free or the chances of getting something for free.
Right.
I just work. I worked for everything that I own.
Right.
My guitars, my everything, my consoles, whatever I have, I worked for it.
Yeah.
So And I don't understand people that say, like, how did you achieve that? Well, I worked.
Let's get this
for
over
it.
with.
Right.
What's not to understand about it? That's what I don't really
And
get.
also, you don't have things that you give money out, like...
Yeah, I don't smoke, I don't
What
drink.
is that?
You don't drink, you don't go...
I
in
brought down
discos
all
or
the beasts, but
whatever,
I
you know,
missed
this
out
is-
on the feasts. I went to the
Once in a
beer
while,
fountain
you
too
order
many
pizza
times
or
to
something
count.
from a
And
I
not that
fingered
much.
every
No,
girl, but I never
those are the
won
only
the girl.
things
By
Well,
the
since-
that would be
sun,
interesting.
by
to
the
go out
sun,
to
I'm
eat.
never
since
really
Pizza
done.
Hut closed down
If they
here in
close
Kiel,
the gate,
I don't really care.
I
for
am
it.
left to my fate. They'll find
Well, I
me
like that
lying
Pizza Hut
dead
down
on
there,
a
too.
freezing
Yeah, it is good,
grassy
but it's not
bed.
Pizza Hut.
Nah.
I do want to go. I wasn't expecting to be found, especially not by Nora.
Okay,
I wasn't expecting to find a half-clad Karjan soldier singing like a drunk.
I apologize for my behavior. I thought I was dead.
Come on. Your commander asked me to bring you back to Daytower.
I refused to be led back to my outpost by Nora, like some prisoner.
Then die.
Fine. Go by yourself.
Wait. Look, I got in a tussle with a snapmaw. It ate the half of me that was armor and bow. The thief is still in the water. I can't go back without a weapon. Find my bow, please.
I'll get it. Just don't start singing again.
Like a drunk. That's the moment where I always ask myself, well, make up your fucking mind. What do you want? Because in
Better
that
watch out for that
situation, I
machine.
wouldn't mind leaving
He
you
doesn't look
there.
friendly.
If you're too proud to get help, well, then fuck you then. That's a snap mouth. More like fucking crocodile.
That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Are those solar things?
Yeah,
these things?
solar panels.
Yeah.
And since it's a crocodile and lives in water, I always thought, well, what could be his job? What would you think is his job to do?
Deep water?
Well, since they're full of
They're angry.
liquid that cools everything, cooling liquids, I would rather say that it cleans the water. Well, I already know it, but
Not a chance.
can I help him in peace now?
Here's your bow. Good luck out there.
Thank you. I
Where's the boat?
didn't want to die in foreign lands.
I found it
like
in the
my
snap
men.
bar.
Maybe the
Yeah,
sun
but what-
light
what
their
does she have?
passing.
Oh, there's no real, here, I'll give it to you,
Okay.
animation.
But there is a shadow.
That's
Oh,
mine.
that's her.
That's mine. Yeah, that's me.
I got new glasses, but I can't see.
Yeah, I know. But at least the TV is big enough so you can see
Yeah,
it.
thank God. I would love to have such a big TV. I mean,
You're alert.
Well, you're welcome to come over and watch a movie with me. And if I would have the money, I would buy you a TV.
oh,
Leave me alone, leave me alone. Go away, go away. Look how big it is. Oh, no! I'm on fire. Burn, fucker.
Burn, motherfucker. Burn.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. It's ruins, but it's. I think those things would be.
Yeah. Well, you could rebuild it and cook. Look, there's a chimney in it.
Yeah. And flowers are already there.
Yeah.
Plants.
Yeah, I always was thinking about giving you a garden or something like that, but don't really have the money right now for it.
No, it would be with the house.
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to find one right now because
We
most
don't have the money for that.
most in Kiel are already taken from everything. So.
No, I could have the garden from
Flori?
Flori, yeah.
Oh.
She asked me if I wanted it.
How much would it cost?
No.
Definitely awake now.
$100 a year or something like that.
That's not much.
No, but I want it right there. I want to go and sit on my terrace where I can go outside, where I can go in. You know, I want to have then a house. This is why I wanted also the apartment downstairs that I can use it, that I don't have to go upstairs for every cup of coffee that I want. I want to go to the bathroom, or I want to have a snack, or I want to wash my hands.
Well, I could have built you a hut or something like that when it was just a garden and it's big enough.
No, that's not the point. You know, it's like when I had my big balcony or something like that. I could go out there.
No turning back.
You got a lot of compliments for that.
Oh yes, I did. Old couples were standing downstairs and were thinking about how the hell I got it like that. My landlord Holger, people in the neighborhood said, "Oh my God, this is so beautiful." He always told me that. And now they miss it, everybody in the neighborhood, because everybody looks up there who knows me and says, "Oh yeah, now we know she's really gone. She don't live here anymore.
Yeah.
Alice don't live here no more."
But I also heard from friends of mine that still live there that also said that they know that was your apartment because of the flowers, because everyone knew that you were like a flower person for that. But you had so much variety of flowers and plants over there.
Yeah.
And your Benjamin tree.
Yeah.
How old is that thing? Must be like almost 20 or something?
No, we had that also when we lived in Gnut, that was then so 30 centimeters or so, and then it froze when we lived in Babelfeld.
Oh.
It froze in the window.
Those scrappers must be salvaging metal.
I had the curtains closed.
Oh.
And it was totally dead.
Oh, that's true.
And, well, I thought. And then Hartmut cupped it completely at the bottom. And all of a sudden it started. Yes. And I was so furious that he cut it off, you know. And he said, "It's dead." The only thing he has that comes again is that we cut it all off and what happened.
Yeah, just try it.
Yeah, and then I lived in that new apartment where I have then that big old bathroom, exactly. And so this thing is now 10, 12 years old, and I cut it back all the time.
But it's pretty old for a little tree like that.
Yeah,
or is it a tree or a bush?
Gonna cut you in chunks.
It's a tree. It could be bigger, but I cut it back all the time. So.
Just because the apartment isn't big enough, or just because to take care of it? You need to cut it.
A bit of both.
Okay.
Also, that I always cut out what's not good, and when it gets too bushy or so, or too
big.
Yeah, then I cut certain things off, and then it expands different.
Oh, okay.
And
so it can flourish either way.
Yeah. And also last year when I had it outside, when you guys brought it upstairs again, the leaves were so beautiful green. They were polished, every single one of it, and it was only outside in the rain, you know.
Yeah.
A little bit of Dunya.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called in English now.
I don't know.
Substrate, something like that. I don't know what's the exact word.
The world beyond the sacred land. I need to find Olin and learn everything he knows.
It's so
who the killers were, how they saw me through his focus, who the woman is, one who looks like me, why they want me dead. Olin's trail leads to Meridian. When I catch him, he will talk. And he will pay for all the lives he's ruined.
That's also beautiful, huh? Is that up there?
But she just said,
who is that woman who wants to kill her?
All the questions that she has.
Yeah.
See that big bird?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of a bitch. I hate the flying things. They're so hard to hit. And that big old thing, there's a trick to defeating it. I can pin it down with a certain weapon.
Okay. Do you have that weapon?
Yeah, of course I have that weapon.
Yes, of course.
There it is. It's like a strap. I can shoot ropes to it and strap it to the ground so it will...
It can't fly away.
Yeah, it will fall and I can...
steady hold it there.
Yeah, I can get a few hits and...
It's also pretty. It's on my shirt. I'm like, what?
He's also a little bitch because he has this ability to shock me.
What?
To shock me. He sends out that shock waves, paralyzes me. That's why it's called a storm bird. Yep. Oh, risk it, really? I just shoot the bombs. All these bandits are being like little bitches right now. Just trying to get the kill. Did I get it? Yes.
Nora, can we speak for a moment?
What do you want? Where?
You there? Yes. Come here.
Where are you?
Come. Stop a moment.
Oh, there you are.
Please, Nora, can we speak?
What you want? I can't talk to you.
What was that?
I don't know. She said, "Can we speak?" Yeah. Well, I'm here. Where are you going? What do you want?
She's noisy. I don't want to talk to you. Who the hell do you think you are?
Talk. Do something. Oops. I can't kill her.
Nope.
No. She's not bad. She's just stupid.
The bitch won't want to talk to you.
Yeah. I don't want to know something from you. You're not a boss of me. Leave me alone. That's what I really hate about this kind of stuff sometimes. Like the game says, oh, there's someone that wants to talk to you, but they don't really want anything. she's the only one here.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not an outsider no more. Talk to me.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay. Oh, I gotta go so long way. Oh, also, this is the moment, as soon as I got here, there's this guy, and this quest activates the Frozen Wild. But to get the story at its peak, what I need to know, I will go through the story until we reach the last battle. Right before that. Before that mission starts, I'll do all other side missions that I have to do to complete the story so we know as much as possible.
Okay.
And, we can go a little further until we reach Meridian, and then if you want to go a little bit longer, we can do like 2 or 1 mission more. Or we cut there and just...
yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just go to Meridian, end the mission, and then we'll go from there next time.
Right.
Here, hunting grounds. Those are also the side missions that we do later, just to have more people that help us in the last battle. Which is why it's so important to talk to so many NPCs for these kind of stories. To I didn't report back, did I? Oh, I can do it later. So you can build more information on what the real problem in these worlds are. Also that you know more about the world, you know what I mean? The more you do, the more you know.
Right.
I really hate those fuckers. Those are small birds, and they shoot with ice.
Oh.
And the last every time when I played this game, even on the easiest difficulty,
they got you.
Yeah, because they're so fast and so many that you can't get them right
and
away.
They always come from behind.
Yeah,
probably.
and there's my favorite one, the Thunderjaw. It's my favorite one from all machines because it looks like a dinosaur, like a real T-Rex. But he's also a bitch to fight. Because he has lasers and disc bombs that he can shoot at you, but there's a certain way you can defeat him very easily. Since this is baby difficulty, I won't have a problem really with him. But what I also find sad is that I can override that machine, but I can't take him with me. And it would be bitchin' just to walk around with such a huge behemoth of a monster that just follows you and defends you against whatever you have to fight. But I understand that you can't really have that much powerful machines with you, because it wouldn't be fun, because it's too easy then.
Finding scrap from the old one somewhere up north.
Idiot. And normally when I play these games, I have like a soundtrack on my cell phone or computer or whatever.
I should get down and walk.
Because
I'm sorry for the wait,
some
all
games
goods entering the city
don't
are
really
subject
have
to
much
search.
music playing around.
This is outrageous. We're loyal citizens.
How long do we have to wait? What am I supposed to do? Just sit here and let everything spoil?
They're complaining.
I thought Meridian was open to all
My duty is to
carja.
guard. I don't get involved in politics.
What happened to Ursa has nothing to do with us.
What's going on here? Olin's in there, somewhere. And so's Erend, that
What
other
can she
outlander
get
I
from
talked
the
to the
other
night before
side?
the proving. Erend said he'd introduce me to his sister if I visited Meridian. Said she was captain of the Vanguard.
This ceasefire has been good for trade.
I'm trying to find Aaron's sister, because she's like the captain here, and he said I'm supposed to come over here
locked down on account of the murder.
because she wants to find out about Olin, because he's like the main suspect that it's his fault that everyone died.
Halt!
Stop right there. In light of the recent attack, no stranger passes into Meridian without submitting to search.
Recent attack? What are you talking about?
The murder of Captain Ursa and her vanguards, of course. Ambushed by Shadow Carja forces in Redridge Pass.
Ursa? You mean Erend's sister is dead?
How would you know his name?
I know Erend. Summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Erend, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Aloy! Hey, you're alive! I thought you were dead. Make way, make way!
All the way to Meridian just to see me?
Have you been drinking?
Ah, not really. A little. So, you're alive. We should celebrate. The drink's on me!
We need to talk, alone, and you need to pull it together.
Over there.
So you approve?
Of course I approve. From now on, she may come and go from this city as she pleases.
As you wish, sir.
There. Alone as you asked. And what did you want to tell me?
Doesn't this mean I have diplomatic immunity?
A lot has happened since we last spoke. The Proving was attacked by a group of killers. Not many of us survived.
We were in the village when we heard explosions up on the mountain. Some of your braves came back, said most of the contestants were dead. I've never heard such a wail of grief as the sound that rose up from your people. How did you survive?
How I survived is less important than how I was targeted.
Targeted? What do you mean?
The killers came for me because of Olin.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make sense.
I need to find Olin. I need to know what he knows.
But he's a friend.
No, he's a traitor. I don't know who the killers are or what they want, but I do know that Olin is working with them.
But, I mean, this...
I don't need you to understand, Erend. I just need you to take me to him.
He's not here. He went scrounging for scrap and relics days ago. He could be anywhere.
Are there any places he frequents, places he returns to?
A house. Here in Meridian.
Okay, then take me there. I need to search it.
I guess. As long as I'm there to witness the search.
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry. I know she was special to you.
Special to me? Special to everyone. She always knew what to do. She bossed everyone around. She kept me in line. Now I'm supposed to fill her shoes. And instead, here I am, stumbling around in them.
Heartwarming, thorough, or logic? Which would you say?
Es wird leichter.
Yeah?
Give yourself some time. You'll find your footing.
Not at the rate I've been drinking.
And what would your sister have said about that?
I know, you're right. I should expect more of myself. She always did.
I need to see Olin's place. Now.
Okay. Come on.
Some also girl applied to the city guard the other day. Amazing.
So many people here, all talking at once. How does anyone think?
I don't. I just drink.
That's why I don't really,
That girl.
at first like cities.
Is she
And Nora? Apparently they're letting anyone into the city these days.
Vengeance for Ursa! How long will Avad hide in his palace? Blood for blood. Vengeance for Ursa. How long will Avad hide in his palace? Year after year, why does he spare those who enslaved and tortured and butchered? Erend, you should want vengeance more than anyone. Your own sister, murdered, and her death, unavenged?
One more word, you scorched-out slag, and I'll throw you in jail myself! Now get out of here, or I'll give you all a kick in the ass!
What did he mean about Ursa's murder?
Not now.
Right on my street. How am I supposed to get a good night's rest?
Can't believe Ursa's gone.
Something that he didn't want to hear.
Okay, how are we gonna get in?
All this woodwork and everything.
That was pretty.
I appreciate those things.
That was
sometimes
subtle.
Here we are.
When you were riding
Try not
with
to
the
break
horse
anything.
there, that horse thing,
Other than the door.
had a thought
All of this
that we both
for one man
should go and
It pays to have connections in the Sun
vacation
King's
with
court.
each other. But where would we go to see things like this?
The corner of this rug is frayed, and the floor near it is worn. Let's see what's underneath.
It's so terrible that I'm not so fit no more.
Hey, how did that
like
get
I used
here?
to, that we
Question
could
is,
go
how to get through it.
Without a key, you won't. That's a vault hatch of Ozeron make. Nothing gets through.
We'll see about that.
Makes me really mad.
Yeah.
Okay, it can't happening now due to Corona, but it would not be bad to go and make plans what we could have done one day.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Call it a day, girl. You're wasting time.
I mean, I had really good times, you know, making vacation with my mother and stuff. You know, we didn't do everything together, but a lot, and it was always very special.
You know. That's why I know that it hurt when she said she didn't want to see you, but here's some money. That's not really the same what someone wants.
No, exactly.
And it's kind of a big move to do.
Yeah, I can't understand it, but it's okay.
It looks like a picture of Olin's family.
And we had a big fight about it. We didn't talk for 2 years or so.
Well, she hurt you.
Yeah.
It's reasonable that you didn't really want it.
Well,
A lot of
I'm
metal
so
here.
tired of it, you know. People
Could be just what I
constantly
need.
hurt me, and constantly I'm saying, okay, no, it's okay. We talked about it. Everything's done. It's forgotten. No, it's not forgotten because it's always returns again. Always again. You know, and then people say I'm sorry so many times, and then there's a certain time where I say, okay, time's up. I'm tired of her hearing
or waiting.
Hearing to say I'm sorry because it's always has to do with the same thing. It's well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's what I had a problem with Smokey, with my dad.
Yeah,
because it's
no respect, no
response for everything.
Yeah, and no.
It makes it harder.
No feelings that you expect, and
yeah, but that's both of our problems.
And they're wondering why are you so responding? Why are you so mad? And I'm like, huh?
Yeah, and that's why we always we have the same problem with you with your mother and I with my dad.
Right.
And well, I was hurt when everyone thought when he was on his deathbed that I would be a bitch about it and just wreck him on the phone. But I wouldn't do that. I would never do that to someone that is on his deathbed.
Well, you did the time before, so...
Yeah, but...
And you were so angry.
Because I couldn't trust him anymore.
No,
because
right.
everything that I did, I tried to get his approval for anything and do it his way, do it to his wishes, but he never came through and did anything for me instead. And when you're the one that tries all the time just to get some love back, you just give up someday.
Right. It was with my dad the same way. Years and years and years, and I loved my dad so much, and I was so unimportant for him, you know.
But there are times where enough is enough.
Yeah.
And that's...
But from my dad was always honest. He always said, okay, I'm not that kind of dad. Yeah, used to when you were little and stuff.
Could do a lot
was
of damage if it fell down.
But then you lived somewhere else, and he went his way, I went mine. Difficulties between my mother and him, and those were things I understood that, you know, and it took so long till
I don't think you're getting through that hatch.
he realized who I really am, because he didn't have nothing to do with me all these years. And today his most important thing is, you know, that I do really love you, you know. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's okay. Everything is fine. But he never lied to me. That's the point.
Yeah, but that's also the reason why I broke our connection. That because he always wanted me to come back, but he never gave me a chance to come back.
Well,
and every time when...
You did go back.
But he didn't want to do anything with
me. Exactly, that was this, you know, it was this thing, yeah, you could come too, and it's so great. And then it was just the same as before, you know, so...
Empty promises.
Right.
And that's I don't need that, because just like I said, if I would go back to Florida or America and start a new life, I know how, and I don't need him for that. But I didn't tell him that, and I told him that if he really wants me to come back, start a life with him again, and be his son and he my dad, I would do the part that I have to do, so we have the respect for each other. But he wouldn't do shit.
Right.
And since Cherie,
I'm the dad and you were the son.
His new wife, Cherie, she when she messaged me with his Facebook account, I thought, oh, he had
interest.
He had interest, real interest in me.
Yeah.
And I talked for like a week with her, and then she said, oh no, I'm not your dad, I'm Cherie.
Yeah.
And then I lost it. I just said, okay, fuck you then, and I don't need you.
Yeah.
And then that's what I don't understand, is that he can't get his head around it, or could never get his head around it, that it hurt.
Right.
Because she had to message me.
Yeah.
But I wanted him to tell me those things.
Exactly.
And it's not the same thing. It's just like I said earlier, for the reason that your mom didn't even have a reason why she didn't want to come to visit you,
right.
And just said, but here's some money, you can do whatever you wanted, because that's the money I would have spent on you.
No, that's not what she said. She said, your brother's got money too.
I just said it like an example. Okay. And it's also, for me, the same situation, like, oh, I don't want to be your girlfriend, I just want to fuck you, and then...
Like you said earlier.
Yeah, and that's it, but that's not what I want.
Exactly.
Because I wanted a relationship, and she just wants to have sex with me, and that's it.
Yeah.
But like, kind of that example.
Right.
Or, like... hey, let's go eat, and here's a Snickers bar, and I'll eat a steak. And that's also not really fair, you know?
No.
I can't really think of a good example for it, but
no,
that's...
I know exactly.
I know what you mean, what you felt, and it's not fair, but it won't kill you.
No.
And we're strong enough for these things that we can handle it.
Yeah, but it's because that's your problem also, and that's why I lately try to tell you about certain things that happened to me over all those years, and I try to make things a little different, even so I think they are not really different. It is
some
I hold,
similarities are there.
Yeah, they are in how I react then. So when this conflict was there with my mother and stuff, where I just put them out all of my accounts that they can't reach me, I can't reach them, and I'm like, fuck you all,
Yeah. But it's
stay
also
out of my life. You guys just make me miserable. You don't have no right to constantly make me miserable. I want to go and have the contact, and if I'm not perfect, then it is not okay to go and be in contact with me, and I'm just plain tired of it.
But also,
and I'm tired of every excuse that comes, because there's no use in to say I'm sorry or so when things always happen the same way again.
Yeah, but we're also not the ones that completely shut off.
No.
Because there is a chance
always to get back
to us.
Right.
But no one really wants to have that chance. So, and we're not the ones that have to message first or say something first, because we were hurt.
Yeah.
And that specific reason.
When
but
I started,
let's finish this real quick, and then because you're tired, I'm tired. We're almost done.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm sober enough, all right? I don't need another lecture.
That's not what I meant. I was talking about what happened outside with the crowd.
I don't want to talk about that. We're here because of what you said about Olin, so do what you need to do.
Did Olin ever invite you in?
Nah. Closest I got was a doorstep to help him home after a night out. We drank a river that night, but I hold it well. Usually.
You said Olin has connections in the royal court. Does he know the Sun King personally?
No. He served the court as a scout sometimes and sold ancient trinkets to nobles, but he never had an audience with the king. If you're right, and Olin's into something dark, Sun King Avad has nothing to do with it. I'd stake my life on that.
Confident.
I'll look around.
That's what we came for.
I wouldn't stake my life for anything.
Unless I'm dead sure about something, then maybe.
Maybe.
Let's give it a little push.
Gold.
Bricks or something, or metal, maybe.
I did say not to break anything, didn't I?
I thought it was Asurum. Indestructible.
Looks like Olin kept a journal.
Olin? I knew he could read contracts, but I never took him for a poet.
No doubt now. Olin knew I was targeted. A map.
She took it, right?
Yeah.
The glyphs show places he visited.
Serve and they live. Disobey, and I will open their throats and leave their corpses to prune in the sun.
They took his wife and child captive.
They? Who's they?
The killers. They told him to obey or they'd kill his family. There's your proof. Read the last page. He writes about meeting me and the order to kill me.
He called himself a friend. That backstabbing cheat. How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
The focus. It reveals the unseen.
And Olin's focus, it's the same?
The device is the same, but somehow Olin and the killers can speak to each other with their focuses over distances, and see through each other's focuses too, like looking through each other's eyes.
So that's how the killers saw you? Through Olin?
Yes, so far as I can tell. Now that I know where to find Olin, I should be on my way.
All by yourself?
Leave it to me. I'm faster on my own.
Wait. If that device lets you see the unseen...
Out of the way, Erend.
I'm asking you to help me, Aloy. I need to know who killed Ursa. Not just the Shadow Karja army, I know that, but the exact soldiers who did it.
I'm sorry about your sister, but that's your war, not mine.
Don't act like this isn't personal. You came here hunting the people who nearly killed you, who massacred your people. Why should you have justice and not me?
That's true.
Look, I'll head for Red Ridge Pass, where Ursa's body was found, and wait for you there. A few minutes of your focus is all I need. Don't make me beg.
Red Ridge Pass, you said? I'll see what I can do.
So, now we have finished the next segment.
Okay.
I'll save, and next time we can help him find out what happened to his sister.
Oh, that's good, yeah.
And
Redmaw has crushed all.
Then to find Olin.
And then to find Olin, or the other way around.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which way we do first. His way takes about the same time about the way if we go to Olin first.
I think we do both, and
yeah, we have to do both.
You decide which way we do it.
We'll do both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just that we have to go very far, so probably before I do these missions, I will. I don't want to scout ahead in case of that I find something or do something wrong or activate the storyline. So I'll just save here, and we'll continue this the next time.
That's nice. Glad
On
I
the
stopped
next
there.
episode, and I think we talked about very important
At the center of every
things
storm,
again,
you'll find an Ozzer.
and hopefully
a lot of them.
this will keep up.
Of course.
And I hope that you're still interested.
Yeah.
And find
love
this
this bit.
exciting. Although I'm running around a lot, I'm very happy that we can still discuss our things that we have to discuss
I love this
about
bit.
or want to discuss about. So let's continue this on the next episode of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay. I love to.
See you guys next time.
Bye.